Today, the Metropolitan is regarded as the ideal personal car by an ever-increasing number of American car buyers. To appreciate what an accomplishment this public acceptance represents, we need only go back to the prototype of today's Metropolitan, which made its first public appearance early in 1950. As you'll recall, those were the days when the general trend was to bigger, heavier, and more powerful cars. And it took a lot of honest conviction and more than an average new idea to go against such a trend. The success the Metropolitan has achieved proves the soundness behind the Metropolitan's development and the solid reasons for its growing popularity. An increasingly large number of American car buyers are turning away from the automotive heavyweights to the personal type of car, which the Metropolitan represents. But let's make one thing perfectly clear. What these car buyers are turning away from is the excess bulk and useless weight that is not needed for personal transportation. Bulk that is cumbersome to handle in spite of power assists. Bulk that involves high initial cost and high maintenance cost. Buyers are not turning away from traditional American concepts of comfort and responsiveness in a car. They definitely want these benefits. And that's why the Metropolitan has so much appeal for American car buyers. It provides European economy with American power, European compactness with American comfort and style. Devin Francis, reporting on the Metropolitan in Popular Science magazine, referred to it as the watch charm Rolls-Royce, luxury in miniature. We like to think of it as the world's smartest smaller car. It's the ideal personal car for the man who wants economical, convenient, and pleasant transportation. Personal transportation for two people plus. It's the ideal personal car for the active homemaker. It's the car for the young in heart who enjoy driving for its sheer fun and excitement. Many of these owners belong to a unique and fast-growing nationwide organization, the Metropolitan Club. Every Metropolitan owner, new and used, is entitled to club membership simply by submitting his application. And although the backgrounds and occupations of members may vary widely, they share the same concept of more intelligent motoring, which is the official platform of the club. 1, the conservation of vital natural resources, such as iron, oil, and rubber. 2, the reduction of personal motoring costs, both capital and operating, thus making additional funds available to car owners to be used for whatever purpose they may desire, including savings. 3, the encouragement of the use of the proper car for the need at hand. 4, the dissemination of the basic philosophy that waste in any form is unwise and unintelligent. 5, the belief that some American cars today almost exceed the bounds of good taste in wasteful pretentiousness. 6, the reduction in the present inexcusable number of highway fatalities. 7, the conviction that high speed is one of the greatest enemies of motoring safety and economy. Metropolitan Club members receive a membership card, a handsome embossed insignia for their cars, a handy directory of Metropolitan dealers throughout the United States, and the Met Club letter, published quarterly. Now let's look at some of the many features that make the Metropolitan the world's smartest smaller car to own. It has the kind of smart, modern styling that Americans are used to. Styling that will stay in fashion. To carry out the American concept of styling, the Metropolitan provides a choice of 4 two-tone color combinations in baked enamel at no extra cost. For convenience and safety, the wide one-piece, flat laminated safety plate glass windshield gives the driver maximum distortion-free forward visibility. And the entire glass area, which is extra large for a car of the Metropolitan's size, combines maximum all-around visibility in the American tradition, along with great structural strength and safety. And for additional comfort and convenience, new large vent windows provide extremely effective no-draft ventilation with minimum wind noise. The hood slopes to give the driver a completely unobstructed forward view, and a safety latch on the hood prevents accidental opening. Fender lines are high in both front and rear for more exact judgment of the clearance available in tight places. The rugged bumpers are of heavy gauge steel, and they wrap around both front and rear at a level matching that of American cars. No worry about larger cars riding over the bumper. Bumper guards are standard equipment. Rubber inserts between the bumper and guards prevent rust and rattles. More usable trunk space is made available by mounting the spare tire on a Continental carrier, which adds a touch of sports car smartness. This carrier is an extremely solid mount that's completely rattle-proof. New 560 by 13 low-pressure tubeless tires are provided to give an improved appearance, capacity for heavier loads, and longer wear. The Metropolitan's unique tire jack system allows the car to be lifted from the side. A special jack fitting is located below the door on each side. This makes it possible to lift both wheels on one side at the same time. The new full-opening exterior trunk lid provides access to the trunk from outside the car. This is in addition to the inside access, which has been retained, making it possible to carry longer objects, like golf clubs. The push-button type lock makes it extremely easy to open and close the seat-back trunk opening, and it can be key-locked for added protection. Doors are large and square-cut, making it easy to get in or out, and are equipped with stops and checks, just as on the much higher-priced big cars. Both doors have key locks, and both can be locked without using the key if so desired. Headroom and legroom are a pleasant surprise for every Metropolitan driver. They compare favorably with many of America's most expensive models. Inside the car, the luxurious styling carries out the theme of functional smartness, so evident on the outside. The richly tailored interior trim is a combination of new bison grain white vinyl and new gray-black diamond pattern fabric. The front seat features improved coil spring construction with a foam rubber cushion as standard equipment. Seat adjustment travel has been increased by 50%. It's a bench-type seat, a big car feature that utilizes the full width of the car for seating, unlike the bucket-type seats which waste seating space. The instrument panel is both attractive and functional, with a push-button locking glove compartment of generous proportions. Instruments are grouped in one simple, easy-to-read black dial cluster directly in front of the driver. The column-mounted gear shift lever leaves the floor area free and is also more in line with what American drivers expect in a car. For positive bad weather visibility, the windshield wipers are electrically operated. This means no slowing down or stopping of the wiping action, even under the heaviest engine loads. And parallel operation of blades eliminates the middle blind spot found on all cars equipped with conventional action windshield wipers. The fresh air intake is located at cowl level, above the level of the exhaust fumes from the car ahead. American Motors' famed Weather Eye heating, ventilating, and defrosting system is available on Metropolitan. Thermostatically controlled, it's superior to rear-engine car heaters in a number of ways. In Metropolitan, the heat is right in front, where it does the most good. The faster you drive, the more heat you get. In the rear-engine car heater, heat is lost because it has to travel from the rear of the car to the front. And the colder the weather and the faster the speed of the car, the greater the loss of heat. In some rear-engine cars, either there are no auxiliary fans or they are optional equipment. The engine cooling fan is the only means for circulating air for heating or defrosting. In Metropolitan, a blower is standard, and with both heater doors closed, the outside air rushing into the heater is deflected through the defrosters, which means that at 30 miles an hour or more, the blower is not even needed. The two heater doors located under the dash can be opened to direct heat toward the driver, the passenger, or both. The Metropolitan has as standard equipment other features, such as dual sun visors, big car dual horns, cigarette lighter, ashtray, and map light. Features that some smaller cars provide at extra cost or not at all. Yes, the Metropolitan has many deluxe features, touches of luxury and smartness that make it the glamour car of the smaller car group. But it's a practical car, too. It's built for the American driver, durable, sturdy, dependable. It's basically a simple vehicle with very few things to go wrong, designed for long, trouble-free performance. The Metropolitan, like all American Motors-built cars, uses airplane-type single-unit construction, which combines body and frame in one all-welded structure. Single-unit construction is far stronger and safer than the less modern frame with bolted-on body. It eliminates body bolt squeaks and rattles, and it helps provide better performance with economy through lighter weight. The Metropolitan, like all other American Motors cars, is protected from rust by the deep dip process that has been a Metropolitan feature since 1954. Now let's look at some of the mechanical features that make the Metropolitan such a pleasant surprise for those who drive it for the first time and such a source of permanent satisfaction to all of its owners. The Metropolitan's power plant is the highly developed BMC Austin A55. It's an overhead valve type engine, a type generally associated with high-performance power plants. With 55 horsepower and 82 foot-pounds of torque, it provides plenty of get up and go. And it's a highly efficient engine, which means top economy to go along with the top performance. The high 8.3-to-1 compression ratio squeezes the last bit of power out of every drop of fuel. And of course, we're talking about lower cost, regular gasoline. Owners report that they are getting as much as 40 miles per gallon, a phenomenal fuel economy record considering that it involves Metropolitan owners rather than professional test drivers. One owner said this: "The savings on gas have paid for my cars, and the trade-in value is remarkable. The engine has a full-flow oil filter and an oil bath air cleaner as standard equipment. Again, these are deluxe engine features that some cars costing a great deal more than Metropolitan provide only at extra cost. Metropolitan's synchromesh transmission is the 3-speed type, just like those on the most expensive cars. Another indication of the Metropolitan's performance is that it does not require a 4-shift transmission, such as used by some of the lower-powered imports. Brakes represent another of the Metropolitan's strong points. The front brakes, where a car needs most of its braking power, have 2 cylinders per wheel. This means that the lining contacts the brake drums evenly, all around, giving fast, smooth stops with no grabbing, and longer lining life through more even wear. Quick steering response, only 2 3/4 turns from lock to lock, plus the added leverage of Metropolitan's larger steering wheel are other features that make driving the Metropolitan such a pleasing experience. The famous American Motors deep coil ride is in Metropolitan too. In front, extra long direct-acting coil springs let the wheels flow over bumps. The suspension components are rubber-mounted to the body structure to soak up road shock and noise. In the rear, longitudinal leaf springs cushion the ride and help give Metropolitan a balanced, sure-footed feel. Another function these leaf springs perform is in connection with the Hotchkiss drive arrangement, which cushions the driving and braking forces through the rear leaf springs, thus adding to the smoothness of the ride. Is it any wonder that the Metropolitan ride matches that of far more expensive cars? The ride is, after all, one of the features that make Metropolitan the ideal personal car. Let's listen in on a Metropolitan salesman as he covers just a few of the features.
Actually, you're in for a pleasant surprise at the quality and big car feel of the Metropolitan. Notice how easy it is to get in through the big, wide doors. And that steering wheel feels and seems just right because it is a full-size steering wheel. With this big, wide windshield, you can really see what's going on in the front. And the electric parallel windshield wipers keep it that way, no matter how bad the weather is. And notice the large rear windows and the big side windows, which give you extra safe all-round vision. With 2 people in the Metropolitan, you have 25 inches of seat space per person, which is more than you have in any big car when there are 3 people in a seat. Let's take a ride now, and you can see for yourself.
Remember to tell and show your prospects all the reasons why the Metropolitan is the world's smartest smaller car. Luxury in miniature.